one area I'm curious about is how you see movement regarding mission. And by that, how are things aligning, would you say, in schools? And perhaps our governing boards and senior leaders, would you say, seeing this as a way to further enhance their mission and vitality? Are we seeing siloing? What would you say?
Yeah. Thanks, Matt. That's a great and important question. I want to begin by just saying that in general, I think it's such a privilege to sit at the coordination table.
Yes.
So we have this opportunity to see sort of the field view of more than 120 grantees and their projects. And so that's a wonderful opportunity to view. And then we can see deeply into some projects that we've had close proximity with. And so maybe I'll say a question about alignment in general, and are things aligned, and then some contributing factors for alignment, and then maybe how that could also lead to misalignment. And I think that it's squarely rooted in mission. So I appreciate the question. As Frank mentioned in his opening remarks, we talked a lot yesterday in small groups and in larger groups about the number of transitions. And I think one complication for schools has been where the project may have been a passion project of one person or a small team, or whether there's been a transition, whether at the project director level or the executive level, and there hasn't been as much embracing of the project, right? That can lead to that misalignment at the executive level and also at the board level. And I think also if from its origin, projects were central to mission. And so when I say that, I don't mean mission adjacent or enhancement, not something on the peripheral edges, but really core to who we are and who we serve. And I think the greatest alignment has been those projects that have found the ability to align to the core of the mission, which by default has brought along the community, right? Or by intention has brought along the community. And that might look like an understanding of how the project either contributes to or draws from institutional resources. It could look like the communication strategy. And I know, Matt, you've talked a lot with grantees about their internal and external communication strategies, but does everyone in the institution know how to communicate and talk about the project internally and externally? And I think another clear marker of alignment is when the project has been a result of listening. So listening to those that we serve, listening to denominations and churches. So I think those are some of the markers of alignment. And maybe just a final word about governing boards at freestanding schools. And this is likely also true for advisory bodies at embedded schools, although those individuals are not fiduciaries. But the governing boards serve as fiduciaries of the institution. And in that fiduciary role, they're all about the long-term interests of the institution. They're all about fidelity to mission. And so if the Pathways Project is aligned with mission and long-term interests of the institution, by default, the governing board should be well aware and informed and supportive.